So Project B have announced their second player, and it is one of the best players in the world. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you can hate how Alyssa Thomas plays, and my God, do I hate how Alyssa Thomas plays. I despise how Alyssa Thomas plays. But she has joined Project B, and she's one of the best players in the world. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. If you're trying to question that, I think you don't know ball. Especially with what the referees allow her to do. Like, she got to the finals. She basically willed a team that nobody thought. And like, I predicted the Phoenix Mercury. I did say it in my season preview, that realistically the Mercury could be anywhere from second to out of the playoffs. I didn't know how good they were going to be. And I did, in fact, predict the Mercury to finish 8th. And instead, they made the finals. Did they benefit from injuries? Yeah. Absolutely. Did they benefit from the worst case of tampering I've ever seen? Yeah. Like, how they got away with that, I don't know. But Alyssa Thomas is still exceptional. She's still absolutely exceptional. So, for me, I'm like, look, this player is somebody that is going to be a factor in this league. Like, players in the league seem to like Alyssa Thomas. And I think she is going to be a factor. And look, a lot of people talking about this, how this affects the WNBA, how this affects Caitlin Clark. I think the answer to that is not at all. Look, I think with the whole Caitlin Clark thing is that they're still negotiating. Like, let's be real. They were negotiating unrivaled with Caitlin Clark until the very end in her initial rookie season. She was negotiating with Unrivaled. There wasn't a flat no for Unrivaled. And Alyssa Thomas in there, bully ball brings some better talent. I mean, I'm sorry. It's like, could you imagine if Shaq played in this era? How they would literally just be calling Shaq untalented. You know, oh, he's just playing bully ball. He's completely untalented. But like, I stand by this. Like, nobody's going to actively want to watch Alyssa Thomas play basketball. But that being said, she's really good. So like, if the argument is that you're trying to get some of the top players, and Alyssa Thomas is that. She's absolutely that. She's absolutely one of the top players in the entire WNBA. So I think that's going to be something that's really, really important for them. They're going to have a lot of really, really good players. And people being like, oh, this is the activist ones. And the people who are the activist ones, the first to crucify Caitlin as soon as they saw a dollar sign, and they threw all the values away. Like, I don't know what Alyssa Thomas's values are. Like, I don't care what they are. She's a good basketball player. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, Alyssa Thomas improves the standard of this league. And for me, the question is like, especially with Caitlin Clark, people are like, oh, you know, she's not going to get better. Oh, she has to play against Alyssa Thomas. Fuck that. Put her on the same team as Alyssa Thomas. Let them go play bully ball. Let them go play bully ball against everybody else. Give her the bully now. Give Caitlin and Alyssa Thomas and watch them cook everybody. Watch them destroy everybody in that league. But it's such a tough one because the better standard there is in this league, if the league is 5v5 and Caitlin doesn't play, I would actually question, especially if there is a lockout. If there is a lockout, I question how much she cares about basketball. And I'm not trying to say Caitlin Clark doesn't care about basketball. I'm saying if there's a lockout and we basically don't see a healthy Caitlin Clark for 3 months minus 3 years, 2 years and 9 months, that'll be one of those things where I'd be just like, oh, I mean, we start to question that. Because I'm hearing people being like, I tweeted out something and I was like, oh, Caitlin's brand only matters as long as she's a top basketball player. And someone was like, you do realize she's becoming involved in more things in basketball. She'll be extremely popular no matter what. Like, she's just spotting around the place. Like, okay, cool. Cool. If Caitlin Clark's going to be Anna Kournikova, Caitlin Clark can be Anna Kournikova, or she can be Serena Williams. She has a choice. She has a choice. If she wants to play ball, she can be the best ball player to ever play. But if she doesn't play for 3 years, that's not going to happen. Like, let's be honest. If there's no lockout next year, and she comes back even stronger, it is what it is. Maybe she wants to give it a go. She wants to give it a go for a year and see what's happening and see how her body reacts, see how everything's going to go. And that's fine if she wants to play, doesn't want to play in that or commit to it already. But like, if there is a lockout and there's no season, and Caitlin doesn't play in this league, AU, Unrivaled, something, it's like, I don't see there being a way that Caitlin Clark walks back in as a top 10 player next year or in her first WNBA season. Like, I just don't see it happening. But this is genuinely one of the top things that Project B can have. You've got an elite player. You can say what you want about Alyssa Thomas. You can say, you can complain all you want about how Alyssa Thomas plays basketball, but she's really fucking good. She's really good. And when you've got 2 all WNBA players as your first 2 players, that is exceptional. Like, you're not going to get fee. You're realistically, Aja does what Aja wants. And by the way, I think Aja Wilson's going to be in this league. But you're not going to get fee. You're not going to get what's her name? Stewie, because they basically run Unrivaled. Who are the next best players that you can get? Aja, who I think plays in this league. Caitlin, AT, and NECA. And you've got 2 of the 4 already. You've got 2 of the 4 best non-unrivaled owners in the league. And now that is where you're like, okay, shit. We might be on to something here. And to say that these are going to be the last top players, they said they have 8 of the top players, which I think they probably are going to have 8 All-Stars. Genuinely think they're going to have 8 All-Stars. And if they come out there with 8 All-Stars off rip as their first 8 players, and then suddenly it's like, okay, yeah. Like, I don't see Angel Reese not playing in this. I don't see Sabrina Ionescu not playing in this. I don't see so many of these players not playing in this. Because at the end of the day, you're making so much money. You only play 14 weeks, 7 2-week-long tournaments, and then with a 2-week break in between. So you can do all your extra stuff. In those 2 weeks, you can travel the world, you can chill, you can get shots up, you can do workouts. And you also have a 2-month break before and a month break after. So you have plenty of time and plenty of break. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That's pretty much it. I'll see you guys.